Hello everyone and welcome to Everyday JavaScript. In this video we are going to look at JavaScript, the hard parts. This is a video of entire series of JavaScript, the hard parts. In this video we are just going to look at the introduction and we are going to look at what all things we are going to achieve as a part of this series. So if you don't know, we have a channel named Everyday JavaScript. So I would like you to go ahead and subscribe this channel. If you see that button red, please make it gray by hitting that once. And please do share me your thoughts or comments on the comment section. What all content should I add, or what all content should you that you want to be hosted in this channel, and do give me your feedback. Some introduction about myself. I'm Ankit and I'm running this I'm a software engineer and I'm running this channel for more than a year right now. We are a community of more than 1300 people, and you can follow us on different channels, social media channels on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook and YouTube. So if you like the content, please do follow us on these social media platforms. Introduction about this course. We are going to look at 5 big areas about JavaScript, which I believe are the foundation of this entire programming language. I believe that if you master these 5 areas, you would be very much comfortable in this entire programming language. You would be able to work in any framework or any library, and you would be very much comfortable problem that is related to JavaScript. So let's go through all these 5 areas that we are going to cover. We are going to look at principles. We are going to look at callbacks and higher order functions. We are going to look at closures, classes and prototypes, and asynchronous programming in JavaScript. So I'll go through all of them one by one. I'll brief you about each of these things, why they are important and what all things they do. So let's start with principles. Principles is something like how the code runs under the hood inside JavaScript. Now you know that you can declare variables, you can declare functions, you can call functions, but underneath you need to know what JavaScript does with those variables, does with those function declarations, does with those function definition, does with those function calls. So all these things would be covered technically and diagrammatically in principles section. Second thing is callbacks and higher order functions. This is a bit of functional programming that I'm introducing so that we can get a taste of what JavaScript can do. We can pass functions as an argument and then we can execute those arguments as a function, and we can do anything using callbacks and higher order functions. The third thing is closures. What I believe is they are the most elegant features in JavaScript. If you get your head around truly in closures, then I think you can master almost anything and you can understand almost anything in JavaScript. So I think closures is something that is very important, so keep an eye on it. The fourth thing is classes and prototypes, but obvious OOPS programming concept, object-oriented programming concepts. Over here we barely achieved that using plain JavaScript, so we definitely need to go through classes and prototypes in JavaScript. The fifth thing is asynchronous programming. The nature of single-threaded programming language like JavaScript to wait, get notified and execute the code is something that is very, very important in this programming language. So we need to understand what and how this asynchronous programming works. The goal of this course is pretty simple. It is for us to become better analytical problem solvers. By the end of this course, we need to learn those small atomical part of this programming language, so that once we learn all these small parts, we know how we can form a bigger solution. We know how we can solve bigger complex problems. So our goal over here is to learn these smaller atomic parts of this programming language and how they work actually, and then try to achieve our bigger problems over here. The second goal is to become better in technical communication. Now there are 3 kinds of developer: junior developer, a mid-level developer, or a senior developer. If you give some task to junior developer, then he or she, if they know the technology, will go ahead and look up and then they'll implement that thing. Mid-level engineers, if you give them the same problem, irrespective of technology, they'll try to figure out the small issues in the problems, small requirements of that big problem, and they'll try to achieve the solution for you, irrespective of the technology. The senior engineers are the ones which are given the task, or which are having the task to make their teams of junior and mid-level engineers capable of solving these problems. So for them, it's very much important to have a stronger technical communication. Now, even if you are not a senior developer, if you are a junior or a mid-level developer, mid-engineer, or a new developer to JavaScript, then this is quite important. What you can do is, how this can help you is, it will be inserting a huge amount of confidence in you in order to understand all these technical jargons, in order to understand how this entire programming language works. So it's our end goal is over here to become better at technical communication over here. Our engineering approach also will improve. Now, whenever the requirement comes, it will be thrown at us as a curved ball, and it would be quite a complex requirement. What we do is, we take that complex requirement, break it into small atomic chunks, where we make those requirements quite simple. So it will improve our engineering approach as well once we know how the things work under the hood in the programming language. The fourth thing that we improve over here is non-technical communication. Once we are confident in our technical communication, and we are confident in how the programming language works under the hood, we get a lot of time to focus on our functional and our domain knowledge. So our non-technical communication improves quite a lot, drastically, and our ability to map that non-technical communication to the technical capability of our technology that we are using behind the application increases. We would be easily able to predict or able to figure out what we can achieve, what we cannot achieve, or where we may face the roadblocks. So our non-technical communication also improves. The final thing that we improve over here is programming experience. It's the entire thing it's the best thing that we have over here, and what it inculcates over here is to better verbally communicate with people the problems that we are facing, or something like let's say the challenges that we are facing in the programming language, rather than saying that I am stuck in this, I am stuck in that, this thing is not working, that thing is not working. But if you are confident about how this programming language works under the hood, you will be able to directly communicate to the people how this problem is, or what this problem is, and how you can solve it. So any questions? I'll just go ahead and look through the questions if we have any. So let me go ahead and look at the questions. Right now we don't have any questions. So yeah. So please do continue and watch the second part if you like the first part. We'll have a lot of other parts as well of this series. It's going to be a quite 10 to 15 video series, and it will be worth your time. So please do like and subscribe Everyday JavaScript, and if you're new to this channel, please do thumbs up on this video if you are liking it, and if you're excited about it, do mention it in the comment section.